What up, guys? Welcome to another episode of the Mixed Martial Idiots podcast. We got a little UFC 320. We got a little PFL. We got a little bare knuckle. As always, we got Tanner Francisco Dunphy. We got George Novacek.
And
Got him.
Baby
And
Franklin.
Baby Franklin. I am Coach Will. Let's get right into it, boys.
Oh no. Nothing. He just started crying.
No, something happened.
Here. Oh. Poor guy. All right. Let's start off with UFC 320.
Oh, no.
Veronica Hardy getting it done at 125. Unanimous decision over Brogan Walker. Nothing really special on that one. Do you guys have anything on that one?
I just think Veronica Hardy, she looked better. She improves every fight. She looked like a complete mixed martial artist this time. Excuse me. She did the minus 900 justice, even though she didn't get the finish. Brogan Walker didn't do much. She didn't have anything for her. So, yeah, really all I have is Veronica starting to look like a complete mixed martial artist rather than a pure striker who's trying to avoid the mat.
Yeah. George?
Yeah, I mean, the same.
Next up at 170, we had Ramiz Brahmaj taking out Austin Vanderford or Mr. Van Zant with a guillotine in round 2. What do you think, Will?
Man, I thought Austin was actually going to one-way traffic him the way it looked early. Austin was getting lit up, and he put him on his butt, and he was doing his thing, man. Ramiz must have a hell of a fucking guillotine the way he pulled that off, man. I do appreciate good jiu-jitsu to combat that wrestling style, and Ramiz pulled it off. So great for him.
Yeah. George?
Yeah, Ramiz, man, that he sank that in so good. Like we talked about earlier in a lot of these fights, I always enjoy it whenever somebody has a counter to somebody else's techniques, but it's executed, well. It's not sloppy. It doesn't come off as just like I'm just gonna keep throwing this up so I don't lose. It was a good fight.
Yeah. It was indeed. It was a very good guillotine too. I mean, he jumped that thing, and Austin was tapping quick, and Austin's no slouch in the grappling. So
No.
moving on, 135, Farid Basharat getting the unanimous decision over Chris Gutierrez. What do you got on that one, Will?
You know, Chris Gutierrez is the guy, the flashy striker. We thought Farid was going to have to be pushing a grappling attack to win this, and it wasn't the case. Farid beat him in every turn of the pass and the striking. Chris Gutierrez did that thing that he does, and he gets a little tired in the middle of a fight. It's weird because it's never at the end. It's always in like the middle of the fight. Like he has the adrenaline dump after the first round, and he just looks bad for a while. He looked bad. Farid looked phenomenal for the entirety of the fight. I don't know what we do with Chris Gutierrez. Let's give him to Malcolm Wellmaker. When are we going to see Malcolm Wellmaker fight again? I think a guy like Chris Gutierrez is someone that we could probably put another $50K in Malcolm's pocket if he matches up with him. What'd you think, George?
I think that's just not even a nice thing to do to anybody, to just sacrifice him to Malcolm right now. What did he do to deserve that? Did he beat a guy that you really like?
No, his cardio's so bad.
Hmm.
It's so bad.
I think you're sacrificing Chris Gutierrez if you do that.
It may be done. It shall be done.
All right, next up at 137, because Macy Chasson missed weight, Yana Santos decided she was going to beat her up for it and get the unanimous decision. What do you got, Will?
Man, well, you know how it goes, bro. It sucks ass. Will you sign on that contract to make that weight? That's the weight. There's no exceptions. We're making that weight or under. We're never over that. Guys, fans, I'm going to tell you a little story about how we used to make weight in camp. I used to be on those guys every week. Every Tuesday, they would come to class. Every Monday, they would come to class. And it was comp class. And I would say, go step on the scale. We'll check your weight. And we kept really close eye on their weight. If they were anywhere close to off, they normally weigh in on a Friday. If they were anywhere close to off, the Thursday before, Coach Tanner, Drill Sergeant Dunphy, would be standing behind the gym and no technique was given. Those guys were making weight for an hour because our names are attached to these guys that are going and competing. Macy Chasson, that's on her coach too. I don't understand it. There's excuse after excuse. Tanner's first blue belt match, he was having back problems like you wouldn't believe. We were in a fitness center, like I don't remember what's the place called in Delphi. It's a popular place. It's either here than Tanner's in there making weight with a blown out back on a row machine, guys. I don't want to hear your excuses. Yeah, make your weight, make the contracted weight, and the fact that Yana Santos actually put a fucking MMA clinic on her in the striking. It was just justified. It feel like universal justice there. Good job, Yana Santos. Even though I picked Macy Chasson to win the fight. You know, we pick these fights on a Sunday, and we go 6 days until it happens. We don't know about weight stuff or anything like that. So I was really disappointed in Macy.
Yeah, I'd pick Macy as well. And the moment I saw she missed weight, I was like, nah. Yeah, I hope Yana gets it. Glad to see it as well. George, what do you got on this one?
Yeah, again, this is another situation where it's a coin flip with these early prelim women's fights. I don't know what to do anymore with predictions of it because I'd say 60 to 75% of the time that I make a pick for this, the opposite happens. And you could have never told me that Macy, of all people, is going to miss weight. She usually comes in prepared every time. So, again, good job, Santos. Macy, hit that machine a little bit harder next time. Get you a W.
Yep. All right. Next up at 170, Puna Soriano getting the unanimous decision over Nikolay Valentinnikov. What do you got, Will?
Man, this was not so much a bad showing for Valentinnikov, but a really bad showing for Soriano, I think, man. He wasn't very impressive. He was getting worked in the stand-up. Yes, he got the takedown, but he was sticking his head in the hole for Valentinnikov to gilly him. Valentinnikov had moments late. Looked like his cardio was a little better. Had Soriano not had that level of grappling, we probably would have seen him get upset. Yeah, it's back to the drawing board for Soriano. We need to see him come out there, be a little cleaner, be a little more vicious with his intent, and a little more deliberate with his strike, with his grappling, because it seemed like he was forcing positions or being sloppy with the way that he was trying to hold the positions, and it led to ultimately not being able to finish Valentinnikov. But I mean, you can't really shit on the guy to the extent because he fucking won the fight. You know, he came out and he didn't give up on himself, even though he himself thought he was flat. But yeah, next time I hope we see a little bit better Punahele Soriano, but congrats on the win, man. And Valentinnikov showed up to play the fucking game.
Yes. George?
Yeah, this was crazy because me and Will were both watching it and we thought that it was over. And then he switched it up on him and locked that in. And I was like, holy cow.
Yes. All right. Next up at 185. This one caught me off guard. Edmund Shabazian knocking out Andre Muniz. Big hook, caught him. Andre was actually pressuring him and had cracked Edmund and then broke away from the clinch on the break. Edmund lands big shot, rocks Andre, follows up. Very good showing for Edmund. Edmund was the favorite to win this. I am a big fan of Andre Muniz ever since he snapped Jacare's arm, but he has been getting touched up a bit by some people. I mean, Paul Craig was able to take him out with some ground and pound. You know.
Yep.
What do you got on this one, Will?
Man, I think that Edmund looks better every single fight. I think that him being 27 years old is a scary proposition for the middleweight division. Look, we've seen Edmund go through fights where he got his ass whooped for the entirety of it, and he just stuck it out, man. And he's here for the right reasons. He works his butt off. He's the primary sparring partner of Sean Strickland. He's a favorite guy of Eric Nixick there at Extreme Couture. I think he was putting it together. He got a little more confident than I would like to see if I was his coach. We were talking about this before we got on air. Edmund was fighting Muniz like a guy that doesn't punch hard, right? Muniz like a guy that has pillow hands. And that's cool this time because it worked, but that's not always going to be the case. And I'm here to tell you that the guys you don't think have power will be the ones that end up sleeping you. So Edmund just needs to keep on the same path he's keeping on, stay humble, be a little bit more defensively responsible. He's incredible in the anti-grappling. He's getting there. I look for Edmund to go on a big run in the next couple of years, man. Great fight for Edmund. Great result.
Yeah. George?
Yeah, this one was not even a question for me going into it when we were picks last week. I thought for sure this guy was going to come out and close the show on him, and did not work out well. Our guy owned, but like Will said, he's continuing to climb the rankings. I foresee probably in the next 2 to 3 months a fight night with him as the main.
Yeah. Okay. Next up at 135, Jacob Wicklax getting a split decision over Patchy Mix. You laughing?
Was it robbery? I just want to know before I make my point. Do you think it was robbery?
Jacob's really good. Trains with
He's
Joanna.
really good. Okay. But do you think that it was a robbery?
I think it was.
If you were Patchy Mix's coach, would you be
I'd be
pissed, or would you
pissed.
be like, that's the way it goes?
I'd be pissed.
Right. I think he got 1 and 3, if I'm being honest.
Yeah.
If I'm being 1000% honest and unbiased, because George and I were talking in the garage beforehand. We were kind of roasting him as the guy that let us down. I was thinking he was going to let us down. And then he showed the fuck up. And I'm just heartbroken for him, kind of, man. I just feel terrible for Patchy Mix.
Yeah.
You might feel terrible for Patchy, but Patchy feels terrible today.
Patchy
Did you see
feels
that eye?
horrible.
Good Lord.
Dude, he couldn't catch a break.
It looked like a Pokeball.
Yeah, it was rough.
Man, and the first takedown Patchy got, I was like, this shit's over, dog.
Mm-hmm.
He was styling on that boy. And then he got up.
What did that guy call him on Twitter last night? Concrete Mix just roasted up my parlays.
Concrete Mix just roasted my parlays. Right. Oh, the judges did that to that man because Patchy was in there trying to win the damn thing.
Yeah, he was. He was.
Jacob's Gilly.
Well, and the ref.
Jacob needs to go show Dustin how to jump the Gilly.
No, Ramiz needs to show him how to jump the Gilly.
No shit. I tell you what, dude, John Fitch needs to show him some stuff because he put that Gilly on me and I thought I was going to die.
I don't want to fucking hear it.
That arm triangle was you, bud. That arm triangle was awesome. He gillied me, though.
Yeah, he was gillying me the whole time. What do you mean? To show all you.
Now,
I
class.
felt like my head was going to pop off.
Exhibit A. Watch as Tanner turns 50 Shades of Blue.
Yeah.
Hey, guys. Hey, world. John Fitch, 240 pounds right now. Look, if he beats me up for disclosing that, that's fine. Just know, 240 pounds right now.
He's big.
He's so big.
Anyways, next up at 153, because somebody missed weight. and was it Daniel Santos or was
I
it
think this.
Juice
No.
Ramirez?
I think Yu's opponent got hurt, and Daniel Santos stepped up on late notice, something like that.
Uh,
One of these guys came in on late notice.
I don't know. That was the Atimba fight. His opponent backed out.
Is Atimba 150 or 145?
He's 185.
Okay, then no. Nope. I don't know then. Yeah, somebody must have missed weight then. I thought for sure that was a.
I'm pretty sure this one somebody was missing weight the week of, and they called up and got to their opponent, and the opponent agreed on the catch weight.
Oh, well, I mean that's better than just fucking doing them dirty, I guess, but still
Yeah.
raw. But it was
still fucked up.
It was a great fight for as long as it lasted, man.
Yeah.
That Korean McGregor looked like Korean McGregor. The nickname couldn't be more accurate. The
Until
kid
he
was
didn't.
styling it, except for he's Orthodox. I think that's what he's got himself fucked up on. If he just switched it to Southpaw, he might not get slept. But no, Daniel Santos in the corner, Diego Lima was like, "Hey, just throw like 3 more punches on the end of your combo, bro. You're not even doing anything wrong. Just throw 3 more punches." And out go the lights, bro. That's what I was telling George in the garage. I was like, that's why I love this game so much, dude, because in my fight, you were like, I was throwing a head kick, but I wasn't throwing it in a way that it was hidden. And in between rounds 1 and 2, you were like, throw that Robert Whitaker style. And then I started to land it. You have your coaches there for a reason, the people you trust. So when they say something in the corner, you can just go right with it and it ends up working. Daniel Santos has one of the most brilliant minds in MMA in his corner, and Diego Lima. And Diego, they don't even have to show us what he said in the corner because of the result, right, Tanner?
Yeah.
Because he threw the same entry that he was throwing the whole fucking time, but +3. So we know as athletes and coaches ourselves and guys who've been competitors, all coach said was, hey, you're doing great. Just throw like 3 more in there. And they're cashing a fucking check on their way back to Brazil to eat steaks and drink bias with Renato Moicano.
Mm-hmm. Get some money.
Monies.
George?
When showboating goes wrong.
Yeah.
I don't know what's worse. Sometimes you get humble pie through something that you said and it gets corrected. Sometimes it's an action at work, like whenever you're mad and you throw something and it rebounds and hits you. And then sometimes it happens in a fight and it's instant. And that's what happened last night. So use a dumbass. Don't do that anymore.
That's good. Good wordplay. Jeez.
All right. Next up at 185, poor Treston Vines took this fight on short notice because Ozzy Diaz pulled out and really just fucked him.
Yeah, fuck Ozzy, bro. Shit.
Because Atimba Gutierrez is a name to remember. That is a terrifying man. He won by first round knockout. Tell us about it, Will.
I do not want to shit on this Treston Vines. The moment hit him in the face like a fucking pillowcase full of bricks, dude. And his game plan went out the window as soon as the ref said, let's get it. He looked like a deer in the headlights. I just feel so bad for him. I'm proud of him because he raised his hand. He's like, I'll fight this fucking killer on a week's notice. I'll get in there. I need to do this for me. And was terrified at the face-offs, all that shit. He looked like, oh God, this is going to be too much. But he was a man, and he walked his ass into that cage, and he tried his hand at that dude. Granted, he ran from him. he was trying the old aerobidope on him, all right? And I can't say that I wouldn't do the same. And you can ask George Novo if you want to hear what I said. Honestly, I said, George, I would go in that cage with my singlet on, and as soon as his lead leg got into my space, that's my leg until I'm dead. Either he's on his back or I'm fucking dead. That's what we're doing. So I can't sit here and shit on the man. I'm proud of him for having the balls to say, hey, I got this, and walking in that cage, making the weight. Hopefully the paycheck was worth it. I hope the concussion's not too bad.
Yeah, with that thing, I'm probably trying to shoot ear to ankle.
Yeah, blood. James Tony, Randy Couture style.
Yeah, fuck that.
From the logo, bro.
Keep
From the
those hands
fucking
away from my
logo.
face.
And go.
George,
Shot.
tell us how great this fight was for your slips.
We're not gonna talk about that last night.
Oh no! Oh no!
But no, it wasn't that bad. I didn't
Oh.
gamble like a degenerate. But
Allegedly.
yeah, this dude is terrifying. And I literally saw Vines circling, and I saw his confidence go away quickly. He was like, "All right, I'm just gonna stick and move, stay to the outside." And he hit him with a body shot right off the bat. He backpedaled all the way almost to the fence, and I knew it then. He was like, "Dude, this guy hits hard as shit." And then he did hit hard as shit and put him to sleep. So again, I agree. There ain't no shame in the game. You know, he showed up for the fight, like you guys said, short notice. But dude, that's a whole lot. That's
A
that's
whole
like,
lot.
dude,
That was a
that's
huge
like
ask.
fighting Brock in his prime, and somebody,
Give that man a
you know, just
contract
like,
still.
I'll fight him. Yeah, I'll fight. Oh my God, how? Why is he so fast?
Yeah.
It's like you're a rookie in OTAs in the NFL and they put you on the practice squad and you're trying to tackle Derrick Henry in the fucking hole first day. Like,
Yeah.
what? No.
Don't do
What? That's not going to go
Don't-
good for you.
Don't do that.
I can
Going up
only
against
hope.
that, yeah. go
I
ahead, Jordan.
just can only hope that they gave the kid a deal like, hey, you keep this kid on the card for us that we've put so much money in. We'll give you a fight in the future. I hope.
Mhm.
I just hope.
You know they didn't.
No, they didn't.
You know it. You know
They pulled a Johnny Walker and they kicked him out
Uh,
after his fight in his shorts. What the fuck?
Yep. Concussion and all.
That's like if you want to do a modern day comparison, that's like Jake Browning having to step up for Joe Burrow while he's on injured reserve with that no line, and them realizing, oh, this is why we can't win. You know, to shoot over to that, I think that Joe Burrow is probably the best player in the game today, being able to do what he does with no protection.
Hot take.
All right. That was our featured prelim. Let's move on to the main card.
Mm.
Starting off the main card, Joe fucking Pfeiffer. Be Joe Pfeiffer. All right. Rear naked choke round 2 at 185 against Abus Magomedov. Tell us about it, Will.
I got beef with this fight and the next fight because Yusuf Zalal did not get 50K, but Joe
Jeez.
Pfeiffer did.
Yes.
All right. Now, okay, it's not Joe Pfeiffer's fault. Not mad at Joe Pfeiffer. Joe Pfeiffer did exactly what the fuck he had to do. He had a little adversity. I'm actually more proud of him and actually more of a fan of him because he had a chance to be like, all right, I could just fucking stay down here, get beat up and not advance. No, he faced his adversity. He adjusted. He made the corrections in the corner. He had the great and powerful Dean Thomas in his corner, which
Yes.
nobody talks about enough. If you have Dean Thomas in your corner, he was in GSP's corner, guys. He's a fucking cheat code. If you
He
have
also
Dean
fought in the
Thomas,
UFC himself.
right? If you have Dean Thomas in your corner, he's seeing stuff just like we talked about that you don't see yourself. So Joe Pfeiffer comes out, he puts a boost on his butt, and he hits a beautiful arm triangle, finishes it. Awesome. I'm gonna argue my point for Zalal getting his bonus in the next fight. So
Yeah,
go
yeah.
ahead, George.
Pfeiffer, man. I totally thought that he was gonna put this dude to sleep, and he did, but not with his hands.
One hand.
Mhm. Well, yeah. That's all it really took. All right,
He did do
moving
it
on.
with striking. Yeah.
145, Yusuf Zalal getting the armbar on Josh Emmett. Absolutely crazy. I'm with you on this. I think he should have got the submission of the night bonus. Just, I mean, you're armbarring Josh Emmett. But go ahead, tell them why.
Man, you know, it's because Josh Emmett, longtime Team Alpha Male guy, also a black belt, trains under Uriah Faber and all those guys. And he's an absolute unit. Here's another point. Technically, no gi. All right. If you have ever done jujitsu, you know, if you have a gi on and you're on somebody's back, it's kind of not so bad when they start moving around because I have grips. I can kind of weld myself to them a little easier, right? And it's harder for them to shake me off. And Nogi, especially, I mean, he did this right off the rip, so they weren't too sweaty, but I guarantee there was sweat, all right, because they do a warm up in the back, and you are sweating when you get in there, okay? At least you should be. If you're going in there dry, that's between you and your coach. You guys need to figure out some other shit, but I'm sure there was a little bit of a sweat. Nogi's so hard to control, a man. He shoots in on a NCAA Division I wrestler, gets him down to his butt. It wasn't a situation where they got in the dogfight. There was no sprawl, wasn't a front headlock situation. There was no whizzer.
Perfect
Josh
shot.
Emmett went down to his butt. D1 wrestler. All right. That's my first argument for this whole package of why the fuck Zalal should have got 50 G's. He started with that. A boost got Pfeiffer down. Then Zalal transitions to the back. He has a rear naked choke. Josh Emmett has to sell out and to defend. Made him move. That's a catch in jiu-jitsu. That's a point in ADCCs, right? Or at least what's it when the or IBJJF, that's a point for a catch. Then he sells out, defends the triangle, and boom. Yusuf Zalal never stops doing jiu-jitsu. He never falls off Josh Emmett. He hooks the head with the leg. He uses, if you look in an encyclopedia on how to do an armbar from that situation, that is exactly what you will see. And every good jiu-jitsu black belt will teach you that. Look at that and say that's beautiful. So the fact that Yusuf Zalal armbarred a human fucking chimpanzee and did it with perfect technique while he wasn't rocked, while he was fresh in the first minute of the fight, why the fuck does he not get 50K and Joe Pfeiffer does? If you go to jiu-jitsu, it's way easier to arm triangle a guy than it is to stay on a man's back, pull off a triangle armbar. Am I wrong, Mr. Brown Belt in jiu-jitsu?
Yep. Nope, you are right, sir. This is crazy to me. You know, Yusuf Zalal's on a tear since coming back to the UFC. For those of you who don't know, his original stunt in the UFC, he had 3 victories that he stringed together, and then he fought Ilya Taporia to a decision, Suwoo Choi to a decision, Sean Woodson to a split decision, and then Damon Blackshear to a draw. And then they kicked him. Since then, he has not lost. He's been doing kickboxing and boxing bouts. And then upon getting back into the UFC, he has had 3, now 4 submissions out of his last 5 fights. The man is a problem, and he definitely should have earned that 50K bonus.
For sure.
I'd be willing to bet that this places him in a position to get a really good fight next, and we might see him get a crazy submission in that. George, what do you think about this one?
Yeah, you could tell that Uncle Dana gets an opinion about somebody, and it's very rigid and very hard to change that. And I feel like that's
Facts.
what's going on here. Even in the post fight, when we're talking about later what happened with the machine, even he was pensive in giving him his roses. And that's crazy.
Crazy,
'cause,
yes.
You know,
Fucking
so I see many chokes, many snapper taps in the future for Yusuf and the poor SOBs that have to go in there with that man.
yeah,
Faraz Sahabi guy.
that checks out. All right, moving on to 205. This bout got the fight of the night, 50K to each fighter, and then
Check my Twitter.
performance of the
I
night
called that shit.
to Juri Prohaska. So he got 100K for that fight. It was at 205, light heavyweight, and Juri got it done in round 3 with a big left hook after getting his ass beat for 2 rounds. Man, tell me I'm wrong.
No, you are right.
He was
You are
skating on ice. He was slipping all over the place. It looked like his leg was fucked up, and Khalil was just beating him up. And then round 3 starts, and Khalil comes out looking like he's on autopilot almost, like he's not thinking anymore, and he's just doing the same motions. It was weird. And then
Yep.
Jury just lit him the fuck up. Tell us about it, Will. What'd you think? Tell us where it hurt you.
Well, first, I'm going to tell you a story about a guy named Justin Gibson.
You don't have to tell me any stories about
I'm
that
going to
guy.
tell the fans a story about a guy named Justin Gibson. This guy is a guy that can do everything in martial arts. He can strike with you. He can wrestle with you. If you want to do judo, that's fucking on you. I would not do that. Not because he's awesome at judo, just because when he grabs you, he could fucking throw you through the ceiling. But he's the type of guy that if he doesn't want to wrestle, he doesn't want to get tired, he'll just stand with you. And then once you get tired and you think maybe I'll try to wrestle him, that's not going to be a thing.
No.
Yuri is that kind of, right? Not because he's such a juggernaut in the grappling, but because he is capable of defending. He's not going to put you on your back and fucking style on you, but you're not going to do that to him either. Right? That's the thing about Yuri. So Yuri is just a punching bag for the first 10 minutes, and George and I are sitting there in shock. And I'm sitting here thinking, I tell George, how hard does Alex Pereira punch? Because Khalil has smacked the shit out of Yuri a bunch of times. Head kick lands, some spinning shit, an elbow. I mean, he was putting it on him. If you don't kill Yuri, you're going to lose. Look at the Rakic fight. Rakic had Yuri on skates.
Yeah.
He had Yuri hurt. Glover Teixeira had Yuri in a bad way, guys. Don't forget, Glover Teixeira was putting them paws on Yuri, but none of these dudes killed him. So Yuri killed them, right? That's what I was saying last week in the breakdown was there is 0% chance this fight is going to be boring because even if Khalil tries to make it boring, which he did in the third, Yuri will not fucking allow it. And he's going to bring that shit to him. And that's exactly what he did. I'm like, George, Khalil's getting fucking tired and Yuri is not going down with any of these shots. When this thing gets late, it's going to be bad. And Yuri just turned into full psycho, bro. And he's like, I know you're going to punch me. That's fine. But you haven't put me out yet. So I'm going for it still. So much so while he's walking through the fucking curtain in the back, I saw this morning. The UFC captured him saying, it was necessary. To someone asking him, why did you take so much damage? It was necessary for me to win the fight. I had to get close and he was hit me. That's a fucking scary dude. Don't go play with that guy. You better be ready to kill that man if you fight that man. So I'm going to do something I haven't done yet. I'm going to tribute this shot here to Yuri Prohaska just because John Anik, one of my heroes, follows me on X now. That's a name drop. And he does a shot on Fight Week of Cristalino. Well, we don't have Cristalino, but we got 1800 Blanco. So Yuri, thank you so much, man. That was a great fight to watch.
Ew.
That was rough.
Yeah. George, tell us how much you like this one.
Well, I know you guys are Dragon Ball Z fans. I'm sure there are some other ones out there that listen. Yuri Prohaska is Vegeta, is the human personification of Vegeta. Judging by his post-fight comments, what he said, he literally let him almost kill that man just to get to that next level because he knows he needs to push himself to get that monkey off of his back. And how many times has Alex Pereira put him out and he still wants to fight him? There is no quit in that guy, and that is amazing. Why would you continue to go fight that man? You saw what he just did to a guy that everybody had wrote off and said, no problem. And Yuri's like, it's fine. I will take 18 punches to land one because I only need one.
Yeah. That is not a very good way to fight. That's how you get CTE. Woo.
And Khalil, you might want to rethink the number of fights you said that you wanted to have before you were done. Because it looks like that orbital is done, son. And I think you're approaching Michael Bisping territory where you're going to have a detached retina and possibly lose it. Not saying it will happen. I don't want that to
Yikes.
happen, but that's why I'm saying, bud.
Yeah. Tanner, was it the same orbital bone? George and I were talking about this. We think it was the same side as the Pereira
I
fight.
believe it was. Yeah.
The same side. I think Pereira turned that to powder, and now that his face will never be the same.
Yikes. I hope that's not the case.
That's what Marcus Davis did to Sam Stout. No, not Marcus Davis. Spencer Fisher. Sorry. Spencer the King Fisher did that to Sam Stout in their second fight. That's why Stout didn't fight as much after that, because the King powdered his fucking orbital bone.
Yikes. All right. Let's move on to our co-main event, 135, the Bantamweight Championship. Merab Dvalishvili getting it done. 5 rounds, unanimous decision over Corey Sandhagen. Corey looked good in the first round, and then Merab did Merab and made him not look good anymore.
Mm.
Is that fair to say?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. At the end of the first round, I was like, oh my God.
I know. I was like, we have
Here
a fight.
he comes. Here comes Corey. And up until Corey got dropped in the second, Corey was doing the same thing. Corey was out there putting it on him. And that kid is such a warrior, dude. He did in the wrestling, he did everything right. He didn't do one thing wrong. He spent no time underneath Merab in like a side control or a mounted position, or you know what I mean?
Dude, he got
gave his
back
back
up
a little
every time.
Every time, and he fought the fucking it's not easy. I feel like coaches and people like overshadow it a little bit or don't sell it when they say it's easy, you just got to fight the hands. Well, it's obviously hard, or he wouldn't have went down 19 times or whatever it is. But the concept is what you got to have in your head when you get down. You have to get your hips higher than their hips. You have to build height against the fence so they can't come around you and take your base. You have to separate the hands and then turn and face them, right? Right. That's what we have to do to get the fuck up and off the wall. And Corey put a clinic on with how to get up from bottom and how to get out from turtle. And honestly, the heart of the kid to fight the rest of the fight, he got rocked so bad by Merab. Also, Merab, where the fuck did that come from? What? Now you're just taking dudes' chins. Corey went 5 rounds with Peter Yan and TJ Dillashaw and arguably beat those guys. He had those guys in bloody pulps at the end of the fight and
Shredded
lost
TJ's
bullshit
knee.
decisions. Yeah, lost bullshit decisions. Merab was totally fine at the end of this, and Corey landed some big shit. Somehow Merab avoided the knee for most of the fight. He might have caught
He didn't
one.
avoid the first one. He ate that first one.
He ate the first one, but the rest of the time he didn't get hit again. He avoided the leg locks. What else can you say about the guy, man? He came out in the first round. Yeah, Corey had no chance to get to a leg lock. Every time Corey went to do that like invert shit and find a leg behind him, Merab just said, "All right, I'll get up and just take you down again, bro. Fuck this." Yeah, I don't know who's gonna beat him. I don't know who's beating him at 135. It's gonna take somebody who can shut him off with one punch.
Yeah. George?
Man, Corey talked a lot, and when he was talking a lot coming into this fight, to me it seemed like it lacked conviction, because even he knows in the back of his mind what he was walking into. Merab the Machine, man, unleashed the grappleocalypse on this thing, man. It was crazy. 20 takedowns, that's like a war crime in wrestling school. This I've never seen anything like it. And to make it interesting, it does not come off as shades of the old UFC where it's just lay and pray. It's something else. And there was at one point where Corey attempted a sweep and almost had him, and the way that Merab just corrected, like, oh, I just need to move over to the right and pop right over and back. Like, I was like, dude, how many other people we see get aggressive on that and get swept, and then they have to fight to get up? Merab's like, nah, I'm good. I'm just gonna move over here now. That dude is crazy. And can we talk about Merab striking? We kind of glanced over that. He almost put him down, dude.
He did drop him.
if Marab can continue to do that and get some focus mitts and start mixing in some combos and like surprise people when they think he's going for a takedown and come up with an uppercut, man, dude, uh, that's a complete fighter, and that is even more terrifying.
That's a superhero move.
Well, that's what I was talking about when you were in the garage, was with even Khabib floored a couple guys because they were like, not my leg. Please don't grab my leg.
Connor.
Yeah.
You want to talk? Let's talk now.
Yes. All right. Next up, the main event, Chama at 205. Alex Pereira knocking out Magomed Ankalaev, getting his belt, getting knockout of the night. First round, big ol' overhand right in the ear hole of Magomed. Wobbled him. Magomed shot on him. And then Pereira started raining some vicious ground and pound. Those elbows were getting
12-6,
through.
baby.
They were gnarly. What do you got, Will?
Dude, the elbows to the body. There was like 3 of them in succession to the body before he went right back to the temple. And the
Nasty,
ones
dude.
that hit him in the body were the ones where Ankh was like, yes, fuck this. I will go now.
Yeah.
He's this was terrible. I didn't know this was an option. But yeah, man, Pereira was a man on a mission, wasn't he? He ran across the cage. He didn't
Yep.
have any feel out going on. Totally disrespected Ankh and his power and his game. One thing I didn't notice in the fight, because I was just kind of in shock. Along with George, we were kind of like, what the fuck just happened? Because he ran him over. But Pereira's first calf kick made Ankalaev go orthodox, and he stayed orthodox.
Yeah.
So like that, dude, I try to tell these guys at class, you need to be on checking that calf kick. You need to be on defending it, and you need to be throwing it, because that calf is such a small, brittle muscle. You can literally just sever it right in half. And it doesn't take accumulation. It takes one.
And it doesn't even take a nasty one.
No, but it was, though. I watched
It
it back
was.
this morning. Oh, my fucking goodness, dude. He put his entire Peloton into that calf kick.
100% Chama.
Yeah, 100% Shama. Dude, the right hand, he never throws a right hand like that. Did you notice that? He threw like normally it's like the right hand he throws is very stiff, very rigid, and his knuckles fire below his chin, right? So his chin is very exposed. He kind of tucked and rolled like a boxer would throw like an overhand. And when it's hit his head, it sounded like prime Randy Johnson throwing a fastball landed in a catcher's mitt. Did it not? That leather against that poor man's
It
skull.
was rough.
Oh my God. Ankalaev was doing the stanky leg. He did not dispute the end of it. That man was severely concussed off that shot. You have to think they got to do the fucking rubber match, right? I mean, he ran right through him this time, but he got beat up the last time. Do we do the rubber match and then send him to heavyweight?
Nope.
Do we let him knock out Allberg and then send him to heavyweight? Do we just send his ass to heavyweight? Because it seems like our most formidable threat at light heavyweight just got smoked. What do we do?
I think we wait. I think we probably got to give him to Allberg.
Yeah.
His coach shut down the thought of a rematch on this one, and I get it. It was so quick, so obvious. I mean,
Yeah.
their last one, it left a lot to be desired, right? Everybody,
Right.
and it wasn't a clear victory. This is clear. This is clear cut, right?
Right. Ugh.
So no rematch on
One-way
this.
traffic.
Yeah, I agree with the no rematch. I think, I think we got to see Allberg, but I think I need to know what George thinks on this one.
I'm still in my happy place from last night after watching that.
It was a good one. It put you in your happy place for sure.
He's like, yeah.
So, there were so many people talking that Pereira's washed. that he's not going to be anything that this guy's just going to do of it. There are so many Ankalaev nut riders online that right now you probably have to have high blood pressure medication because of how salty they are on there. So I'll say this right there. Send him 2-3 years tire shop and forget. Remember all the shit you talked saying you were going to send Alex back to the tire shop? Yeah. Get packing, homeboy. Go to PFL. What can I say, man? Executed perfectly. Executed perfectly. He marched him down. You know, he knew he had to start fast, and he kicked his leg so hard that he hurt his foot. He was in a boot after that fight, and he was like, "Oh,
That's true.
all right. So I'm just gonna keep
I
going."
forgot.
Yes,
I forgot. That is true. That is
Yep.
true. He did break his foot.
so
That calf kick was nasty, son.
he kept pushing forward, and Will called it. They're not talking about it. He tried to throw a counter. He saw that punch coming, and
Mhm.
just not fast enough. And holy cow, what KO power does that man possess? And as you referenced earlier, whenever he fought Yuri, Khalil was hitting him with sledgehammers, bro. If Khalil Roundtree punched me that hard, I would go down on the first one. There would be no walking through 2 rounds of that. And
Yeah, same.
bro,
Mm-mm.
so I don't know what this guy does. If it's something in the Brazilian food, if it's the whole entire bow and arrow thing, I don't know. But Lord have mercy on the next person that walks in there and disrespects that man.
Man, I'm going to tell you, it's those 2 kids that are ringside wearing his gear with his last name, watching him do everything he does. That
Oh,
goes
yeah.
through his hands every time he hits those people, man. And yeah, thanks, George. Thanks for the credit there. I forgot all about that. Yeah, Ankalaev was trying to check hook Pereira. That's what got him smoked. Imagine being such a fucking idiot. You're hurt. You're on your weak hand side, and you're trying to check hook the nastiest striker that's ever been in the cage.
Dumb. All right. That was UFC 320 Ankalaev versus Pereira 2 recap. That happened Saturday. Started at 6 p.m. Eastern and went till midnight or 1 o'clock. Real quick, before we get into our preview, let me run through a couple things. The PFL, I want to run through the 3 last fights on the main card. We got Sergio Pettis getting a spinning back elbow and knockout
Jeez.
on Magomedov at 135 to break Khabib's little heart. And then we had a light heavyweight bout for the vacant PFL light heavyweight championship where Corey Anderson gets his gold against Davlet Yagshimuradov with a unanimous decision. And then at 155 for the vacant lightweight title, Usman Nurmagomedov gets the victory over Paul Hughes. Again, that happened
Did you watch
on Friday. Yes.
Do you think that was robbery? I don't know. I haven't seen it, but I see, dude, like the Twitterverse is split.
I don't think
like
it was
half
a
of-
robbery.
You don't think so? Do you think it was
No,
close?
but I think it was. Yeah, I think it was closer than they made it seem.
Okay. I don't know, I
I
have to
do
watch it.
also.
was just
I think
wondering.
Paul Hughes got robbed by the ref of some things.
I think the first fight, Paul Hughes got robbed. So this,
Yeah.
it sucks. It sucks for me to see that he
Yeah.
lost like that again. But if it's fair, then all right, it's fair.
All right. Next thing I want to talk about is BKFC number 82.
Oh, shit.
Good Lord, a night of violence.
I did watch this one back.
The first 2 fights on the prelims went to decision. After that, every fight knockout. Yeah. Jimmy Rivera fought Timmy Mason. Got a TKO in round 3. Carl Robertson got knocked out by Ulale Bangbus. And in the co-main, the Queen of Violence gets her Queen of Violence title, Christina Ferrer, knocking out Jessica Borga Oh my gosh, the sound of that punch, absolutely disgusting. Sat her down several times.
Yeah,
Broke her
that was
nose,
gross.
just shattered it. Christine is terrifying, man. Stop fighting her. Stop signing up to fight her, people. Don't do it.
But you know what? She is. But you know what? She is the female Mike Perry. That title fits her
Yeah.
perfectly because
Oh, yeah.
if you stuck her in gloves and you put her in an MMA rule set, her striking is not the same, bud. It's not
No.
clean. It's very, very vicious. And I'm not shitting on the woman. She is so good at what she does. But yeah, man, if you stick her in like against like a Dakota Ditcheva, she's getting butchered.
Oh yeah. Unless you put them in bare knuckle boxing.
That's fair. That needs to be said. You're absolutely right. If they're
Yeah.
in bare knuckle, she's winning. If they're in MMA with anyone else, I don't think she does. But in that rule set, she is the Mike Perry.
Yep. Speaking of Mike Perry, the main event of the card,
Holy shit.
middleweight Mike Perry beat the fuck out of Jeremy Stevens for 5 rounds until Jeremy had enough. He couldn't continue. Good Lord, he beat the brakes off of Jeremy Stevens. Dropped him several times, sat him down, made Jeremy take a knee. I mean, he beat the shit out of him. And he got his King of Violence title. What do you got on that one, Will?
The reason that went down that way, if you look at all of Jeremy Stevens' fights, the guys who can wear that shot and not go down normally beat him. His MMA records like even, or his UFC records like even, right? Something like 13-13 or close to that or something like that. If you can withstand the Jeremy Stevens power,
14-8.
what is it?
14-8. Oh wait,
okay.
Mike Perry, right?
No. Jeremy Stevens.
Jeremy Stevens. His record's
Jeremy
way
Stevens.
better than that, right?
No, it's like 500.
29-22.
Okay, but the UFC record, I'm pretty sure, was pretty close to even.
Yeah.
I think it's actually losing now since he lost to Mason Jones. But
probably.
Like I said, dude, if you can wear that shot, then you can beat him because he's really just a brawler. But Mike Perry does have some technical boxing. Mike Perry's chin is made of fucking granite. So yeah, he also can punch fucking hard as shit for no reason at all. So, well, I mean, that's not true. He's jacked, but yeah, if you're going to get in there and you're not going to be taped up and you're going to fight Mike Perry, dude, good luck to you. He beat Michael Venom Page. He beat Luke Rockhold. You don't want to go in there not strapped up ready for Mike Perry, bro. If we go box with some gloves on or we do some MMA, fine, but not bare knuckle. Fuck that. I'm not doing that.
Nope. All right. Let's move on to our predictions. Let's get through these for next week. Also, there's a bare knuckle event in Hammond next weekend. Just saying.
Hammond, Indiana?
Yep. PKFC.
George Noble?
Oh, dude, we could totally do that. We could totally do that.
So just putting that out there for you
my
boys.
goodness.
You need to put that out there and let me know ahead of time. Thank you for letting me know now instead of, hey, the day before.
I do what I
Mhm.
can. All right. I do what I can.
Did you
Next-
see what I sent you, sir?
Probably not.
Check the group chat. You guys could send it. I don't want to do that because that's
Oh.
mean, but it's hilarious.
Mm. Mm-mm. Damn.
Dang, bud.
Yep. All right. Let's move on. Next weekend, UFC Fight Night, Oliveira versus Gamrot in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. We got a start time of 4 p.m. Eastern because it's in Brazil. Starting off the card, we have a bout at 135. Oh, excuse me. Where Simon Oliveira is taking on Luan Lacerda. I'm going to go with Simon Oliveira on this one. Wilbur?
Wait a minute.
Wait a minute.
I have the
Wait a minute,
UFC app,
wait a minute.
the ESPN app. Simon Oliveira. I don't see Simon Oliveira on here. October 11th, Oliveira versus Gamrot.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. I don't know. I don't have anything on it, bro. I don't see it on here. It's not on my fight
George,
card.
you got nothing on that one?
Simon Oliveira.
Yes.
I don't see a Simon Oliveira. My first fight is Julia Polastri versus Carolina Kovalevich.
Yeah, I've got that one next.
I don't have that at all on the
Well, they
official site.
scratched the. Okay.
It's on UFC. It's Rafael Filo and Clayton Carpenter is the first
Nice.
fight that I have.
All right. Well,
Okay.
let's move on from that one.
Uh-huh.
I got Simon Oliveira winning it, and
Okay.
Luan.
Tell us
Luan
some stuff.
Losado.
Let us know some-
Luan
There he
Losado is 0-2 in the UFC. He's 12-3 as a pro, though. Simon Oliveira is 0-3 in the UFC, but he is 18-6. It's kind of who's getting cut fight.
Oh, damn.
Yeah. Let's move on to 115 in the women's. We've got Julia Polastri. Julia is 1-2 in the UFC. She holds a record of 13-5, and she's taking on Carolina Karakiewicz, who is 9-9 in the UFC and 16-9 overall. Both these girls are tough. I just think that Carolina's towards the end of her career, but
Yeah.
this is a massive step up in competition, and I expect Carolina to be too much. What do you got, Will?
Man, it's like Polastri is minus 450, which is
Jeez.
crazy. It's crazy to me for everything you said. I think is correct. Carolina Kovalevich, she's talented, she's durable. But man, she's 39 years old and Julia Polastri's 27. I gotta think that Polastri's gonna hit her stride. She came in with a lot of hype. She can do the fucking thing. She's 13-5 in her career. I'm taking youth. I'm taking Julia Polastri.
Okay. George?
Polastri by murder.
Polastri. Damn. Okay. All right. All right. Let's move on to a heavyweight bout where we have Walter Walker taking on Muhammad Usman. So Johnny Walker's brother and Kamaru's brother. I'm going Walter Walker by knee explosion.
Well, I'm going Walter Walker by submission, but maybe not knee explosion as much as I think it absolutely could happen. I don't
it's gonna
think
be
that
a-
Muhammad. Yeah, I don't think Muhammad Usman is going to be defensive. I think Muhammad Usman is going to get lit the fuck up and then accept a takedown. I don't think he's going to be able to defend a takedown because I don't think Walter Walker is going to come out there and just shoot. I think he's going to walk out there, punch him in the head 3 or 4 times. Then he's going to snatch a single and throw Muhammad on his back. And Muhammad Usman is not a guard player. He's not a fucking leg locker. He knows shit about 50-50, not one thing. He's going to do one of 2 things when he hits the mat. He's going to go to turtle and give his back and try to build himself up, which is going to get him strangled. Or he's going to accept the takedown and he's going to get ground and pounded until Walter Walker either shows us a new sub or rips his fucking leg off again. I'm going Walter Walker via just absolute destruction, whatever he chooses.
Okay. George?
Just to be spicy, Muhammad by overhand.
It's possible.
Yeah, I'd say that's
Probable? No.
his only method of victory because
possible,
he's
yeah.
not gonna out
No.
grapple Walter. He's not a great grappler. He's not a great striker.
He's built
So-
like Torres Finney, dude. That guy's like the embodiment of Purdue Pete. It's all bicep and neck.
All right. Next up at 125, we have Lucas Rocha fighting Stuart Nicol. Lucas Rocha is 8-1 coming into this. He's got 10 wins by knockout, where Stuart Nicole is also 8-1, and 4 wins by knockout. I think you got to go with Lucas Rocha on this one, even though they're both 0-1 in the UFC. I think Lucas will.
Yeah, dude, I think Lucas too. Just because he's 17-2 in his career, he's bringing 10 submission victories in with him, or 10 knockout victories with him, and 4 subs. I just don't see anywhere that Stewart is gonna exploit him. Right?
Yep.
I don't know. Is there a big size discrepancy? 5'5" to 5'3". I mean, I don't know, man. I think Lucas Rocha is going to come in with a ton more skill. He's even 5 years younger than Stewart. Man, I just think it's going to be a bad night in the office for Stewart, and Lucas is going to turn in something that might get him 50K.
Okay. George?
Yeah, I'm gonna go Lucas Roca too. I think he's gonna be more like Mad TV Stewart when it's over.
Oh, no.
No.
Boys, this next one at 135, I feel like Dana White is mad at Irina Alexeva for taking the nickname the Russian Ronda, because Beatrice Mesquita is an absolute murderer when it comes to the grappling. Has wins over people like Fionn Davies.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah. She's 5-0 in MMA as well. And Irina's probably going to look to grapple. That's her path to victory typically. So Beatrice is probably going to beat the brakes off of her. What do you got, Will?
How old's Beatrice?
Beatrice is
34.
34.
Irina is 35. I mean, I don't know much about Beatrice, but I know that if that is the case, then Irina is screwed because she is primarily a grappler and a sambo fighter. She also has a tattoo that says "I love me" on her chest, so I hope she gets her head knocked
Yeah.
off. Going with Beatrice.
Beatrice beat Fionn in 2019 at ADCC for Worlds.
Then
She
I
also-
know who that is.
She also beat Anna Carolina Vieira in 2019 for IBJJF Worlds.
Hmm.
Yeah.
So she's pretty good. Yeah.
Yeah, she's you could say she's good. She beat Elizabeth Clay back in 2022. Misha Tate, she tapped her out. Jennifer Maya tapped her out. Pretty
Okay.
good.
Yeah.
Pretty good. George,
Fairly
what do you
good.
got on this one?
I'm gonna go with Beatrice Mesquita too because I have seen Irina fight 2 or 3 times in the UFC and lose, and not just, I don't know. It's kind of like deer in the headlights. Wants to go out and do one thing and one thing only and never adjust the game plan. Like her face got busted up to hamburger the last time she fought.
Yikes. All right. Moving on. We have a heavyweight bout between Vitor Petrino and Thomas Peterson. Thomas Peterson's 10-3, coming off a good victory over Dontel Mays. Vitor Petrino 12-2, coming off of a good submission over Austin Lane. I'm going Vitor on this one. I think Thomas stands a decent chance of winning. He's got pretty solid hands, and I think that would be his path to victory. He's got to put Vitor down before Vitor grabs a hold of him. What do you got, Will?
Man, I just think that Vitor's chin is sus, and I think Thomas the Train Peterson hits like a fucking train. Now,
It's fair.
Vitor, he's a minus 320 favorite, and Thomas Peterson is plus 250. Fine, go Vitor if you're going like smart money, right? But I have a feeling Thomas Peterson is going to touch his chin early. And when Thomas Peterson touches your chin, you ain't getting back up from it, man. So I think Thomas Peterson puts him out early, first round. Check the prop on DraftKings, especially if Thomas Peterson is a plus 250 dog right now. That prop for a first round KO is going to be super juicy.
Put it in now. Put it in now, Will.
That's what she said.
Whoa. George?
Yeah, it's not gonna go good. It's not gonna go good at all. No, it's. I think someone's going night night.
Yeah, I agree. I agree 100%. Who are you picking?
Oh shoot! Did you see that? Not to change, but Vicente Luque was supposed to fight and they canceled it.
Oh yeah, he was supposed
He's
to
not
fight
fighting
Santiago
Joel.
Ponzinibbio. Ponzinibbio withdrew. He's
It looks
fighting.
like
He's
Joel-
fighting. He's Joel
Mhm.
Alvarez.
Hmm.
George, who you got in Petrino versus Peterson?
I'm gonna go with Peterson.
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 Okay. All right. Moving on to our featured bout of the prelims, we got Rafael Filo, the pastor, who's 16-4 pro, taking on Clayton Carpenter. Clayton Carpenter, who is 8-1. Both these guys coming off losses in their UFC career. Rafael only having one fight in the UFC, which was a loss. Clayton having 3 and a contender series bout that earned him a contract. His last fight was against Tagir Ulanbekov, and he lost by decision. Wasn't a bad fight. I think I'm going to go with Clayton on this one. The matchmaker, the odds makers have it near even.
Yeah,
But,
close to a pick.
I think Clayton gets it. What do you got, Will?
Yeah, it's hard to bet against him. He's younger. He's got the better wrestling. The jiu-jitsu definitely goes to Rafael Filo. I'm taking the younger wrestler, man. I think he's going to stay out of harm's way on the ground, and I think he can deal more damage on the feet and in the ground and pound.
Yeah. George?
I'm gonna go with Rafael Fila.
Oh,
Fila. Okay. Okay. Well, next up, we have a bout at 145 where Lucas Almeida takes on Michael Aswell. I think I'm going to go with Michael Aswell on this one. Lucas Almeida is pretty good, but he's had some rough goes as of late. He's 1-3 or 1-4 or 1-3 in his last 4. My bad. 1-3 in his last 4. He missed weight in his last bout, and had a split decision loss. He got put down by Andre Fili and choked by Pat Sabatini, which those are some tough guys. But I think the Texas kid is going to give him more than he's ready to take. Will?
yeah, man. I don't think Lucas Almeida is going to be able to keep up with the pace. I don't think Almeida is going to be able to put Aswell on his back, and his chin's not going to be able to hold up. So we got a 34-year-old complete MMA fighter and Lucas Almeida, and he can do it all. He absolutely can. He could knock you out. He could submit you. He's 5'11". He's long and rangy, but man, Michael Aswell, he's throwing his entire ass well into every punch, man. I think that we're going to see Lucas Almeida get put out probably early.
Okay. George?
I'm going with Michael Aswell as well.
Oh. Okay. All right. Next up at 145, again, we have Ricardo Ramos taking on Khan Afli. I'm going Ricardo. I think he has more experience, and I think He's more durable. What do you got, Will?
Man, I look at Ricardo Ramos's record, and he's got this split decision win over Josh Kulabau. And I think he lost, and I think he lost bad. I think it was a robbery, honestly. That would put him at 4 straight losses, right? And then I'm looking at Con Offley, bro. Con Offley, he lost a decision in his last fight, and he lost to Myron Santos in the Ultimate Fighter finale via knockout. But I still would give the edge here to Con Offley myself. It's close to a pick 'em. No, it's not. Ramos is minus 190. Offley plus 160. So here you go. You're going to take that. Which one? We're going to take that Volter Walker. And we're going to take Thomas Peterson. And we're going to parlay that with my boy Con Offley to win via decision. And you're going to laugh all your way to the bank because I'm taking Con Offley. And I think it will be a decision. I think he's a complete fighter.
I think you throw Carolina in that mix. She's an underdog.
Maybe, but George and I know if we make these parlays too long, then we're just crying at the end of the day. So
That's true.
maybe stick it at 3 if you want a 4-legger. That will raise your odds a lot. So do what you do, but I think you throw Con Offley in one of your parlays. I think he's going to catch a body.
That's fair. George?
I'm gonna go with Ricardo Ramos.
Okay.
Just because all I could hear with his name is King of the Hill, his dad. Con?
All right, moving on. Next bout at heavyweight, we have Renata Denise taking on Mario Pinto. Both these guys are big. Both these guys like to sling leather. This is a near even. Mario Pinto is a slight favorite, but I think I'm going Renata Denise on this one. Will?
Man, I'm going to be completely honest, man. This fight is whose chin gives out first or whose right hand lands first, okay? So I flipped a coin before we got going, and it landed on Mario Pinto. That's who I'm picking.
Okay. George?
If I remember correctly, the last time I watched Renata Denise, I was not impressed. I could be wrong because I'm getting old. My memory's shat. But yeah, I'm gonna go at Mario too.
Okay.
This one will be fun.
This one's going to be
This
so much
one-
fun.
Yeah, dude, these guys don't know how to not get to a finish here.
Yep.
One
next
is
up,
9-1 and the other one's 10-0.
next up at 170, this one's going to be a blast too. Good Lord. Vicente Luque and Joel Alvarez. I think I'm going Joel on this one, actually. I like
You
Vicente.
are?
Yeah.
Oh man, Joel's coming up from 55, taking it on short notice.
Yep. I think I'm going Joel. Will?
How on earth is Joel Alvarez bigger?
Right.
He's
Right.
6'3".
Huge.
He's 6'3". Huge. 30. He's got a 77-inch reach. I think Joel Alvarez is way better striker, way cleaner, way more dynamic. I don't know about the grappling though. Can he out-grapple Vicente Luque? Yeah,
Watch out for that
probably.
Darce.
But can he end up in a really bad situation in MMA type grappling because of the experience? Look, Vicente Luque, 23-11-1. Yoel Alvarez, 22-3. All right. Just that. He's got a third more experience than Joel Alvarez, and then most of it's in the UFC. He's been in the UFC for a long time. Look for Vicente Luque to try to magni Yoel Alvarez, and I think that's what might happen. So I'm going Vicente Luque.
Okay. All right. George?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Vicente Touch of Death Luque on this one.
Okay. All right.
Alvarez is a minus 550 favorite coming in on short notice, coming up from lightweight. The disrespect.
We'll see.
Why you gotta take it all
Uh,
personal? Why? Like, we'll see.
If I was Vicente Luque, I'd be so mad at that. I'd be
Okay.
like, what?
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
All right. The co-main. What the fuck did Montel Jackson do to deserve this?
He won a bunch of fights. Honestly, honestly, he's looked real good, dude. That's just not a reward.
This is not a reward. Good lord. Taking on Davison Figueredo, Figgy in a co-main? I'm going Figgy. I'm going Figgy by murder. Or
Man,
Montel.
they're
Somebody told him he was going to win this fight.
so when I pull him up here, Montel's on fire, bro.
Yeah, but not against somebody at Davison Figueredo's level. The best guy he fought, I think, was Damon Blackshear.
That's pretty. Yeah.
Outside of Ricky Simone, who beat his ass.
Okay, fair. So, are we playing the game when Figgy lands, it's over, or are we playing Montel Jackson's gonna box him up and put on a clinic? What do we think? Because the odds makers have Montel Jackson minus 320 right now.
That's
And Figgy-
crazy.
Figgy's at
You're
plus
talking about
250. So
disrespect.
talk about our parlay that we could get with Figgy, Luque, talking about Offley, talking about Peterson. Oh my goodness. Throw a Walter Walker heel hook in there and we might have ourselves a new car, boy.
Yep. George,
I don't know, man. I'm going to go Montel Jackson going with the odds makers. Sorry, George. Go ahead.
You're wrong. George, tell him why he's wrong.
Well, Montel Jackson sounds like, he's going to come from the streets with that swag, kind of come in here like 50 Cent and try to put it down. And Davison Figueroa is going to have him singing, this is how we do it. He's going to be more like Montel Jordan after this fight. I'm going to go with Davison Figueroa by
Yes.
Kill You.
Ooh, he
By
might.
murder.
He fucking might. I just wanted to have some funsies on there.
All right. Our main event at 155, we have Charles Oliveira as a slight underdog against Mateus Gamrot. The disrespect. I'm going Du Bronx, Charles Oliveira. I picked against him last time. I feel bad. I think he's better than Mateus, and I think he's going to get this one done. And he needs to, show that you're still
Yeah.
there. Show that Ilya didn't take all your brain cells.
I hope that Charles can work his ground game because Gamrot's coming to put him on his back. I hope that Charles can put Gamrot on his back, and if he can do that early, he can dominate him. I think it might be too early coming back from that type of knockout he took from Ilia Topuria, because even though Gamrot is not the most skilled striker in the world, he is a very potent striker. He can land with thump, and I do expect him to be able to defend a bunch of Charles takedowns. It's just if he eats a knee and Charles hits hard as fuck, hopefully Charles puts one on his chin and puts him down. But I feel like it's too early. I think Gamrot's actually going to get this one done.
Really?
Yeah,
Okay.
Yep.
How much did that hurt to say?
A lot, because I'm rooting for Charles.
Yeah, I know.
Shoot the
Do you
box.
think it's too soon after getting knocked out by Ilya?
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, I think it's way too soon. It's not because getting knocked out, because it wasn't a knockout where he got like flashed and was arguing. It was a knockout where they had to wake Charles up with smelling salts and then he went right to the hospital.
Yeah, but it's only been 4 months.
That's what I'm saying. It's way too fucking soon. Way too soon. He should have not taken this fight. He should have not been. He shouldn't be scheduled to fight.
Remember when they used to put him on 9-month suspension? 6 month?
Yeah. I think that's warranted.
Yeah.
Gaethje
You get
took a
knocked
year
out,
off
automatic
after getting
6.
slept by Max.
Yeah. I swear there was a 9-month at one point, and then it was only for a minute. But there was a 6-month for a while. George,
Man.
tell us who you got.
As much as I want Charles to win, I think Charles has inevitably hit that cliff, and
Oh,
I think
no.
that I think Topuria just cracked the cement that was holding the flood back in the dam. taking this fight this quickly after getting slept like that shows that you just, I don't know. I don't know. I don't want to be that guy, but I mean, age comes for us all.
I think it's just as likely that we get a triumphant Charles Oliveira speech. I'm coming for that belt. The champion has a name. As we do have the likely of a Mateusz Gamrot having a legitimate argument to go fight for that belt.
Okay. All right. Well, we will see you on Saturday. Do you guys have anything else you would like to cover?
No. Buck Wild has an MMA event here in Indiana, I think in the end of November. Their camp starts in October 22nd. Your boy Coach Will is going to be helping those guys with their camp. So with the grappling and the MMA grappling, I'll be trying to get them down to Coach Mo and the Alpha Omega grappler down there, trying to get them to learn from the source itself. But we will have our guys cross training with them up in their cage up there in Peru, and they'll be down here in West Lafayette. So we hope to have a really good camp, and we hope to cover some of that. We might be at that Buck Wild event. We know Dave talks about going to events a lot. So you might catch George Novo and Coach Will, possibly Coach Tanner. We'll see how it works out at an event here. Other than that, thanks for tuning in, guys. We appreciate you a lot, and love you. Look forward to seeing you next week.
One more thing.
Dama.
Shama.